This podcast is rated R for restricted. Under 17 requires accompanying parent or adult guardian. Mission 250.
Welcome to the Mission 250 podcast, where we're going to watch the best 250 movies ever made. How many different ways can I say this differently?
You say the same thing every time.
Yeah. We have
one day
three
we're
movies
going to
left.
finish this list, but not today.
It's called the Mission 247 podcast. We're never watching The Godfather or Shawshank Redemption. It's not happening. Sorry to all the people that were being dragged along. Instead, we're going to pivot and watch a bunch of movies in whatever order we want.
That's right.
This is how put together this podcast is. We watched The Odyssey in the theaters because it's a huge movie, one of the biggest of the year. It's going to run away with it. We wanted to see it in theaters. We did. And then we're like, hey, what other movies are based on The Odyssey? Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? That's a Coen Brothers movie. Wasn't really based on The Odyssey, but that was the thought. And then we were all like, I like the Coen Brothers. Let's just watch a bunch of Coen Brothers movies in a row because not enough of them are on the list.
Yeah,
And
I mean, look, there's these
are.
movies we know sooner or later we're going to need to watch. So, we're just going to kind of meander our way into them as we go along.
And we might as well organize them like we're about to while we have the thought to do it.
That's true.
So we're hopping back in time. We're going to the first Coen Brothers movie, which is called Blood Simple. Came out in 1984. It's the debut movie of a lot of different people. And we're going to start with Stream It or Skip It, TC. I knew it.
He's hesitating.
I knew it.
He's not
Skip
sure. Oh,
He said skip it. John.
Stream it.
Stream it. All right, 20-second spoiler-free review. We're going TC again first.
Go Nick.
Yeah, pretty slow movie. I'm not really sure, honestly, what happened. And there was some good acting in it and some characters that you don't really get every day. But yeah, I don't know. Didn't really do it for me. And I left the movie being like, what just happened? So,
John, what do you got?
I really liked how simple this film was. It was very pared down. I feel like they went through and maybe just cut people's dialogue all the time. And I just really liked how sparse it was. I can see how that might you might not be in the mood for it because it really is. There's not a lot there in some ways, but it's really done well. And then there's some great horror parts. This becomes like a horror film that was awesome in some ways. So I really enjoyed it as being I don't know. There's not a lot of depth there in a way, but it's just really well done and very I don't know what the word is, very no part seems spared. It just seems really lean, I guess. It's a lean movie.
yeah. I mean, you could see the beginnings of things for them. I got a little No Country for Old Men. I got a little,
Little Fargo, little Big Lebowski in there.
Yeah.
It's
You can see the beginnings of all the
neat
next thing. And
to see
I
the
got a
hints,
little
yeah.
I got a little David Lynch.
Yeah.
So did I. A little
going
Lost
on.
Highway in there.
Yeah.
That's
All right, 20 seconds. I agree with John. It is slow. The first half of this movie is very slow. If you're going to watch this and you haven't seen it, stick through it because it does get better in the second half. And I thought the performances were great. The horror scenes were great. It's this movie is really good front to back, but it doesn't stand out. It's hard to describe, but we can talk about it.
Yeah, it doesn't stand out. I think that's the takeaway.
I liked every second of it, but at the end, other Coen Brothers movies, I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever seen, sort of thing. And that didn't happen.
No.
Maybe it happened close to once. The nightmare scene I thought was really tense when she was dreaming about the husband coming and walking across the thing. I thought the sound was really good. The way it was set up was really good.
I thought that the end sequence of everything with her and what's his, I don't even remember anybody's names, but the bad guy,
the fat cowboy,
being in the room together. I really liked all of that shot.
Yep.
That felt like excellent horror basically, and all
Agreed.
well done. Great acting, great the way it was shot. She's doing nothing but walking backwards, leaning against the wall and stuff for an extended period of time. And it's really feels tense. And
they're in 2 rooms in a hallway for the entire sequence, and that's it.
That whole sequence was, I thought, a pretty a high note where I was and before I was kind of I'm not sure. I sort of like how people aren't telling you what they're doing. You're just kind of watching it, and it does feel slow, but it feels appropriately slow. That's how these people are kind of being. They're not.
I could have used a little bit more. There was one part where I was lost for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. And it gave you the evidence, but I didn't get it because the movie really doesn't hold your hand at all.
Nope.
It was the scene where the boyfriend, the guy who was cheating on Francis McDormand, he finds her gun at the scene of the crime. And I didn't put together that he knew what her gun looked like. So then when he started cleaning up the crime scene, I was like, why the fuck is he cleaning this up?
I was so confused.
Oh, right. Okay, that's
so
fair.
confused.
Right. Yeah.
But you're supposed to know, TC, that he knows what her gun looks like. And when he finds it at the scene of the crime, he thinks that she killed him and then ran away. And he's like, I'm going to help her out and clean up the scene of the crime.
Like, but we know that the gun was shot by the, I don't know.
But nobody knows that guy exists.
I gave up.
I know, but I stuck with it and liked it for that. I kind of liked that I was sitting there going,
but how confusing it is at the same time.
It was not clear.
I know, but it did.
I could have used the guy. All I needed was the guy picking up the gun, looking at it, and going "fuck" or something like that. Recognition,
something that would have made him
think
what it was.
You could have just said her name.
Because I was like, why is he cleaning this up and not just like running away from it?
That's fair.
There was no acting, and in reality, there might not have been any visible reaction to him finding her gun, which is what the movie probably was going for. But it's a movie. And I needed it.
We're not that smart, Coen.
It was a total, like, they knew what was going on, but it was not clear to the audience.
They're like, our audience is not going to be dumb. They're going to know that this gun is unique and that he's seen it before because he was in a scene earlier with it. But, like, it's a gun. Like, I don't know.
You're totally right. I remember being confused at that point. It's like, why the fuck is he, like, trying to clean this up? What is he?
He instantly takes his jacket off and starts pushing it into blood. I'm like, what the fuck is going on
I thought he was, like, trying to, like, maybe he just was covering because he thinks he's going to get blamed for the murder, so he's covering up. That's what I was kind of thinking at first.
Which doesn't make any sense because he could have just walked out, but as soon as he starts shoving his clothing into the blood, that's when he's going to start getting blamed for things. You got a problem
once you start using
and
your
picking up the
clothing
gun without, maybe he hasn't watched murder movies or whatever, but everything he did, not knowing that he was trying to clean up for his mistress or whatever, seemed wrong.
He does a good job of being kind of dumb. I thought, I sort of appreciate it.
He does have that face.
His range was good. When he got back to the apartment after he cleaned up, he seemed bothered.
Yeah, like he's like dumb
upset.
and shocked, and I think he did dumb and shocked really well. Like sort of. Or not dumb may not be the right word, but he's just not like he's not used to dealing with any of this sort of stuff. He's just like puzzled by the whole thing. He's like, oh, this girl, she likes me. I kind of like her. Hey, that's kind of nice, And then he just seems like this is none of this is what he bargained for at all. So even like now you got the dead guy who's not really dead. God damn it. This is freaking me out, man. I don't know. I think he does a good way of doing that. And again, I don't know. He's just sort of like not showing a lot as it's happening at the same time. So it's sort of very subdued in how a lot of this is done.
And one thing I still don't quite understand is we're supposed to believe that before Photoshop or anything, this the fat cowboy guy played by M. Emmett Walsh, he knows how to fake blood in a photograph.
Right. So Lauren, like he was able to, So
That's hard to believe, and they don't really show us.
Yeah.
They just show us like the iterations of what he was doing, but like that wasn't enough for me to understand exactly how he created those photos.
Yeah.
I realized the movie was telling me that at that point in time, but like I still didn't understand how he did it because it looked pretty freaking convincing.
Yep, I agree. I was completely like again, but after it all comes together, I kind of look back and like it. I'm like, this is kind of cool. I kind of like that. I didn't have my hand held at all in a way, and how everybody was just, you felt like you were just like, you weren't necessarily watching the movie of this because you were just watching these people do the things that they were doing, and they weren't sitting there telling you at all what they were doing or why they were doing it. And the movie's short enough that it doesn't feel like I don't know. It
felt
was
long.
Yeah, I guess
TC,
so.
back
But
it
felt long.
It felt too long.
It felt pretty long.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It picks up at the end,
least-
but even though when it picks up, it's still damn slow. Everyone's walking around real slow.
It takes
at
its
the
time.
end.
It takes its time doing everything that it's doing. Yeah.
But it looks pretty good.
Much. Oh yeah, yeah. It does look really good.
This is Barry Sonnenfeld's first movie, the cinematographer of this. He went on to
Really
film a
good
couple
shot.
more Coen
Like the
Brothers
way
movies.
they would shoot.
And then to direct Men in Black 1, 2, and 3, as well as Wild Wild West, guys. Guy is a talent to watch out for.
Yes.
Sorry, John, what?
I mean, I really liked Men in Black 1, and then it was sort of diminishing returns.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Wild Wild
He also
West
did The
is-
Addams Family. That was his first movie. It was the first
Oh.
Addams Family.
That
Pretty
one,
good.
That one I've heard is, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I think it's well regarded.
It is. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Anyway, I was saying just like the way when Julian, the husband, is shot in that scene, and the way the whole room is set up and shot and you feel this. You feel like you're in that room for a long time, moving around and seeing different parts of it. I thought that was really cool. Seemed really well done. Like they really, and again, part of it is a slow pace. They just lingered on everything that was going on there, whether it's the blood pooling or what have you. That you're just kind of in that room for a long time, but getting a sense of the whole room. I don't know.
And I mean, there's a scene where Francis McDormand comes in and she's like trying to figure out what happens, and it's like shot of her face looking over there, shot of the safe, shot of her face looking somewhere else, shot of the fish, and it's just like her, like it's kind of like a Hitchcock type of thing. But with Hitchcock, he gives you the clues of what they're figuring out. I'm not sure she figured anything out in that scene.
So she's just looking, and we're seeing her look, but there's no comprehension of what she's looking.
Yeah, because she doesn't walk out of that scene being like, I figured out what happened. She's still like, what the fuck happened? I don't know.
True. That's true.
But it's just kind of showing
their
you the evidence
dumbfounded
again.
look stayed dumbfounded for them, no matter what.
Yeah. And I think part of the part of the fun of the movie is that like how even though this story is kind of simple in what happens to the people involved in it, they're super confused.
They're confused like we are. They don't know what's going on either, right?
They're like, there's fish. There's a fucking fish, and the safe is broken. There's a hamburger. Like, what's going on here? I don't understand any of this.
Yeah, I thought it was
which is kind of like The Big Lebowski, right? The Big Lebowski is the same kind of thing.
It's a really different approach to noir, where it's like, I don't know, it just feels it's like noir, but these people are just kind of hicks, you know. So they're just like, they're just, it's not what they're used to dealing with, any of them, except for like Emmett Walsh, like, or Lauren. He knows what he's doing.
Not really. He leaves his lighter on the crime scene.
He's fucking it up. But he doctored the photos. He had a pretty good plan. He's like, okay, I'm only gonna have to kill this one guy instead of killing these two people. That's better, And then nobody will know about it, and probably other people will get framed for the murder anyway. Like they'll blame it on the wife or the boyfriend. It all seems to seem like a pretty good plan from his perspective. There, he'll get the money. Somebody else will get blamed for the killing, for the murder. That seems all good, but he's then Sort of
how did he know this private dick was a murderer too? That's a stretch.
How do you know what?
This private dick, the private eye guy.
Oh, well, I'm sure he
would also murder.
He's not just private eye. He's like your general criminal handyman.
He said he wouldn't do anything illegal.
No, he just says that.
He was just taking pictures of people having sex through a hotel window. There's nothing wrong with that, John.
Yeah,
I like his whole persona of like this sort of feigned innocence. I kind of
he's like a criminal Santa Claus almost.
Yeah. He's like yeah. I thought that was the way. Again, it doesn't seem like you don't know where it's going at first, but the way it all plays out, where it actually turns out this guy is shady as fuck and just does whatever, and that's actually what he does. And he's just laughing all the time. I don't know. I like the way his character played out, right?
Some of that, I don't know. The way he laughed on the way out of that room was evil.
Yeah. It's like
he makes some weird faces, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
His accent was weird. Everything about him was pretty strange.
Yeah, it was great.
It was good.
For a bad guy, he's more. It's almost like I don't even necessarily see him as. I don't know. It's funny. Again, he's not acting necessarily evil. He's just acting really fucking weird.
I feel like that's a common thing. Like in No Country for Old Men, that's the assassin there is a strange man.
Fair. Right. It's almost like it's like he's
and
an
in
alien.
Fargo, the two villain guys, pretty strange.
True.
One's a mute, one's Steve Buscemi, pretty weird.
Yeah, weird guys.
He was great. The Dan Hedaya guy was good. Like I've seen him in a lot of stuff as a character actor, and I've never thought that that guy is like a good actor. But in this movie, I kind of felt that way.
Yep.
He's the husband.
He's the husband.
Yeah.
He was like real. It was weird. Like this movie was really strangely serious. I didn't find it very funny at all, which was different than the other Coen Brothers.
Reviews call this darkly hilarious.
Yeah, what part
I
is
don't know
funny?
about that.
I
wasn't laughing at much.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought it was overly
I mean, I was
serious.
laughing at the private eye guy for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, he was funny, but not in a way that is like out loud laughing. More like a chuckle and like, oh, that's unsettling. Kind of.
Yeah, I was unsettled.
I guess just how puzzled and confused they are could be seen as funny, comedic. I guess, but I don't know.
I got a pretty fucked up sense of humor, John.
To the critics, that's it.
Yeah,
I guess. He was really good. I thought some of the scenes where he was mad at the Ray character were really, like when he was yelling at him on the stoop behind the bar was really good.
And I like the way they play that out. It's like he himself is not a killer, even though he's happy to hire somebody to eventually kill him, but he's not really that violent, not somebody who wants to be violent right
He gets
there.
instantly sick as soon as he sees the pictures of what he thinks are the dead
Right,
bodies.
right. So again, it's like it doesn't. There's just nuance to it, I guess. There's a little bit of like it's like these are people and they're messed up, and he's not a good guy, but he's also like not happy about all of this either.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of sweat in this movie too, which looked real, and I appreciated that.
Probably was. They're shooting in Texas. It probably was freaking hot.
Yeah, at least
that's
that.
true.
And the Emmett Walsh dude is a little slightly overweight, you might say, just a tad overweight. Probably pretty hot in that yellow suit he has on.
Oof, yeah.
Also, who was talking in the beginning?
That was the
the
bad
private
guy.
eye.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, he's talking about
I had to
Texas.
rewatch that twice and crank the volume because he was like whispering in his
Yeah,
very
like
thick,
a
weird
drawling.
accent.
Weird
Yeah.
trailing whisper that
Yeah.
doesn't quite. Yeah, like we know he's doing it and putting it on. It's not real, right?
And who's he talking to? He dies
Not
at
sure.
the end.
that's right. That's why I was confused at who it really was.
Yeah. I didn't get anything from that first scene.
It was just
I didn't get
narration
anything
for the
from car
beginning's
scene.
sake, right? It was
That
like
was
the
a- that was-
narrator
that-
that,
that
because
is-
it makes
yeah,
it
that's a
seem
fair point.
more like, Scorsese, like, where it's
Mhm.
like someone's talking on the intro.
And they got some good shots of Texas. You got some Midland
Yeah.
oil pumps
Yep.
going on
I
there.
mean, it's set the
you know,
normal world, I guess, in a
Yeah.
decent way. Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but that was all shot on a shittier camera,
Mm.
and that's why it was way fuzzier in the intro.
Oh. Okay.
You know how I talked about how Robert Eggers talked a lot of shit on The Northman, more than I've ever heard
Oh,
a
yeah,
director
yes.
talk on their own movie?
Yes.
This movie isn't quite that far, but it's number 2. These
Oh, yeah,
guys,
really?
it's actually one of the best commentary tracks I've ever seen in its format. They
really?
sit down, it's the 2 Coen brothers, and it's Barry Sonnenfeld, the cinematographer, and they recorded it in 2016 in front of like a small audience and a black background with iPads in front of each one of them. And they were watching the movie, each one of them on their iPads, and they could draw on the
that's
iPads.
really cool.
And I could see where they were drawing on the
wow.
screen as we basically watched the entire movie. And they would pause it, they would rewind it, they would fast forward it, they would like show what they were talking about. It was interactive. It was awesome.
Very cool.
That does
Yeah.
sound really cool. Yeah.
And they used 90% of it to shit on the movie.
Well, I mean,
Circle and
they
shit.
were-
Like, you see how here this
Yeah, you
asshole's
see how the
looking
light.
away?
There was
Well,
50% of it was talking about how the light hitting the characters didn't come from a source, and that all the light was like bright
that's
blue or
funny.
bright orange, and they're like,
Which is
and they talked about
80s.
how they wouldn't do this anymore.
It's
It
Well,
wouldn't
they
do
were
like this
just- right?
anymore.
They were just
And they had no money.
scrappy. They had no money, right? They didn't, and they probably also didn't know a lot of the technique, right? So
No.
I mean,
They're like, we wouldn't have done this many close-ups. I'm like, I like the close-ups. I think it works for this movie.
oh, yeah. Well, these actors, it works great for them. I
Mhm.
mean, if you
You got to see the sweat.
Yeah,
Gotta
if
see
you
the
had
sweat.
shitty actors that just couldn't stare at a screen and still look interesting, then it's gonna have trouble. But it's hard to believe. I don't know what Francis McDormand had done before this, but it's kind of.
It's the very first thing she ever did.
It's impressive, right?
It is.
I mean,
she is really good.
yeah.
And she talked about her and Joel Coen got married after this movie, which is a strange thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
and they're still
no,
married.
What? A director and an actress
in
getting
Hollywood,
married? That's
right?
not heard of. That's just bizarre.
She had an interview, and she's like, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it because of the power dynamics there, but like we've been together for 20 whatever years, and it's worked for us. So
Yeah.
sometimes it'll work.
All right.
But
Thanks,
she talked
Francis.
about how she didn't want to be overly dramatic. This is the first thing she'd like ever done, basically. She lived close. She was pretty close neighbors with Holly Hunter in New York City at the time. So her roommate was good friends with the roommate of Holly Hunter. So she saw Holly Hunter all the time. Holly Hunter auditioned for this, got the role, but then signed on to like 6 months of Broadway or something like that, which is how Holly Hunter got famous at the time. So that was a good call for her.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah.
Holly Hunter wanted the Coen brothers to wait for her, and they're like, we can't wait for you. So then they opened up auditions again. Francis McDormand had heard about it at that time, went in for auditions, and won it.
Wow.
And her like strategy in the movie is, I don't want to see him overly dramatic. So a lot of what she did in this movie was just listen to direction of like the director's pointing her where to walk to, and just like have a blank kind of look at her face, which is kind of what she has, but
Yeah.
it works. But then there's also the scene at the end where she's sweating and panting and
yeah,
upset.
Yeah.
She's
And
scared. She's
they
playing.
asked her, they asked her to do that, and she's like, I don't know how to do that. But then she went to acting school, and one of her professors was like, you're not going to like this, but we're going to have this guy come up behind you, and he's going to restrain you. He's going to hug you from behind, and you're going to struggle. And we're going to do that until I say stop, and then he's going to stop, and then you're going to act. And it really upset her, and she got into the mindset of like, this could work. So she asked one of the grips on set of this movie to do the same thing to her.
God damn.
And when he didn't say, he's like, sure, I'll do it. And he did it,
didn't even
and
question that.
it
Yeah,
works.
I do that.
He's like, I've been dying to choke her for the whole time.
Yeah, sure, all right. Oh, sure. Let me just
She's
put my
been such a
cupcake down.
jerk to me. I will choke her immediately.
Yeah. Well, so he did it 10 times for this one take.
Wow.
And he did it before every take, and it worked.
Jesus Christ.
And then Joel was like, hey, like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, we have, like, all day is going to be like this. We're shooting this scene today. Are you going to be able to, like, handle this? And she's like, I think so. So then she tried to, like, practice during this one day where she was all overamped. She tried to stay there, and in between takes, she would go underneath the table in this kitchen and just cry and be hysterical. And they'd check on her all the time. Be like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, I'm okay. She's like wiping snot from her face, trying to keep herself there. And she did.
Oh, fuck.
But then she said after that, she's like, you don't need to do that. Now I know you don't need to do that.
Turns out you can just do this yourself.
Maybe
in the
acting
bathroom
school
and
is
get yourself
wrong.
ready.
Hey,
Right.
all right, listen, lady. What we're gonna do is abuse you, and that's gonna get you into character. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna go up here. It depends what you gotta do. You're gonna get beat up. We'll beat you up. No, you just need to be scared. All right. We're just gonna get scared. We're gonna have Bernie over here. He's gonna hold you. Okay, he's just
You see,
gonna
we're making
hold
fun
you.
of it. But to be fair to everyone else that's acting, she is famous because of she's famous because of Fargo, but she got her start in this movie.
No, this is
and
like-
she was good because
Yeah.
of what they did to her. That was the best acting she had all movie, and it was because they tricked her brain into going on to real panic
They
mode.
basically made her really scared. She
Yeah.
was actually scared.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And that's weird because I got like budget. I thought at the end of this movie, it was like budget Silence of the Lambs. I felt the same kind of tension, but with like just a room.
Less style.
Right? It was like a much less
guess.
style, much
Yeah.
less stuff to work with, less fancy camera tricks. But
right.
I thought everything looked really good in that last scene, especially like the scene where the knife was in his hand.
Right.
That looked real. And especially there was one sound that like makes me chill, like, gave me chills watching when he pulls the knife out and you could hear it exiting his hand and you just hear the tip of it like clink on the frame of the window. And I was like, that sounds like he actually just pulled out. Like the sound
was really
made
good.
it seem real.
That whole sequence is really, really good. Like again, I love it too that he gets to have a joke at the end because like she's mistaking him for her husband, and I think that's perfect for his character. Like to be, he's
He just
laughing.
bursts out laughing. He realizes what's going on. He bursts out
and
laughing.
he just thinks that's funny as he dies. So it's just, I don't know.
Barry Sonnenfeld had his career because of the shots where she is in the dark room and he's shooting through the wall and the light starts spilling.
Oh yeah,
And they actually got criticized heavily for that because these critics, when they were going around the festival circuit for this movie, were like, look at how this light is entering. It's entering at 3 different angles, distinct. We have one light source in the other room, and that's not how that would work. But he got hired to do Catherine Bigelow's debut movie, which is about vampires, and she liked the look of it, and she's like, I'm going to fucking hire this guy. I don't care how realistic it is. Yeah. It looks good.
Works right.
Yeah.
Wow,
So now that guy had a career.
Yeah, that was in the bullet holes with the light running through. It was in the trailer that they made with what's his
2-minute
name?
trailer with Bruce Campbell.
With Bruce Campbell. Yeah, I don't know if
John
you
did some
you can search
research.
for this on you can see it on YouTube. It's like a 2-minute or so trailer, and you can see it. And
TC, what happened with this movie is they had no money, they had no connections. They made a 2-minute trailer with Bruce Campbell because they were friends with Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell. And actually got a lot of advice from
This is
Sam
what
Raimi.
Raimi did too to get funding at one point.
This
too.
is what
So
Raimi told them to do. He's like, make a 2-minute trailer. I'll lend you my friend Bruce because
Bruce is just game for anything.
Because why
And
not,
you can beat
you
it.
know?
You can beat him up if you want to.
Yeah, he loves it. He really does. They made a 2-minute trailer, and then from what I've read, they went door to door, which doesn't make any sense to me. But did they live in LA at the time? I think they were in New York, from the sounds of it. But
I don't think
they
you
just
can do
went
that
around.
in LA.
No. Well, that's
door
where
to
the
door.
rich people that fund movies. They said door to door. They
knew
ended
the
up
right
over
neighborhood.
I
course-
guess maybe you could
So,
drive door
yeah.
to door with some of these bigger homes. You know, they've
Maybe.
got plenty of land.
But they ended up getting $750,000 of funding just by going door to door for just over a year. And then that was enough. The budget ended up being $1.5 million. I guess once you have enough to get started, someone else, bigger production company will fill in the rest. But they had no money. They had a few examples of how little money they had, and they had a $200 costume budget. $200
That's pretty low.
Yep. They ended up borrowing a lot of the clothes, if not all of the clothes. When they were doing the commentary track, the scene with the truck approaching it, they're like, I still can't believe we got a truck. This is like, and they're like, yeah, this was one of the most expensive shots of the movie was a truck one truck driving on the
sucks.
road. Yeah.
That sucks.
They didn't even have like a crane or anything. That high shot when they're burying, what's his name's Julian's character. It's just a scissor lift they brought in the middle of the field, which is unsafe, very unsafe. So that's the kind of stuff that they had. Evil Dead shot was how they did it in the Evil Dead. Strap a camera to a 2x4 and have two people on either end of the 2x4 and carry it. Did you guys see the Evil Dead shot in this movie?
Oh yeah.
It's very
sure
obvious.
I recognized it.
We still got to watch the first Evil Dead movie. It's the Sam Raimi classic shot of a camera kind of low and shaky going towards something fast.
Oh, yes, I did. I do remember that one. Yes.
Yeah, it's
when he's grabbing her.
He's grabbing her. He's coming out of the house.
Yep. She
and
breaks
then
his finger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a great shot. It's a great trick.
It is a good shot.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're getting into trivia now, but what else we got in the movie? What do you guys think of the music?
Very 80s.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked
the Lynch feeling that I got.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked the little. I think it was the piano theme that they had.
The
going
plinky
through
piano.
it.
You liked it in this one?
Yeah, I did. It fit. It really fit well with it. I did like it.
A little repetitive, but I liked it too.
Yeah.
This guy also is his first movie. Carter Burwell. Yeah. He went to do like a bunch of other. He did most of the Coen Brothers movies. He did The Big Lebowski, Fargo, and then a bunch of other very big movies. He's a super famous dude. He did the Oh Brother Where Art Thou additional music only. So I'm sure he has a Grammy too.
Huh.
He did Adaptation, In Bruges. Okay. He did the soundtrack. This guy started here with his little piano. That one little piano line got him a career. That's nice for him. I didn't recognize Francis in the beginning.
You didn't?
Oh.
I knew she was in it, and I was like, is that her?
Very young her.
Yeah, she was like 12 years younger than the first time I'd ever seen her in Fargo in this movie. That's pretty young.
A long time to act without being like out there and
famous.
Yeah.
She got like really, we'll see her as we go through these Coen Brother movies, much smaller parts before Fargo in most of the other movies. She goes like uncredited secretary sort of thing. So they're like trying to keep her. And she was talking in one of her interviews, like even still, I think the interview was in 2016. So before they unofficially split, whenever they're writing a new screenplay, she asked them early, she's like, is there going to be a part for me? And they'll tell her yes or no. And she wants to know the disappointment early so she doesn't feel nervous the whole time they're writing it.
Brutal.
Sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say no. But I think the last big role she had was in Burn After Reading.
Oh, yeah.
It's a pretty big role there. We're going to skip over some of the bad ones and we're going to watch that one, John, because we got to watch that one. If you haven't seen it, it's one of the most rewatchable ones that they have, in my opinion.
Be happy to watch it again.
Oh, you've seen it?
A long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
TC, so. I thought one of you hadn't seen it. Have you seen that one, TC?
Which one?
Burn After Reading?
I think I've seen it.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
We can watch it again. So I'd like to watch it again.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I saw it.
Brad Pitt,
maybe not.
George Clooney.
Yeah. I don't know.
In a not Ocean's 12 movie. Ocean's 11, whatever.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Again, it's like spy thriller, but with dumb people.
Yes.
That's kind of funny.
Exactly.
This is what they do. It's sort of like, and sometimes that's just kind of the pitch.
That's the shtick.
This is noir, but with dumb people. That's what we got for Blood Simple. It's not fair to call them dumb either necessarily. It's just they're not used to this.
Normal people. They're Americans, John. They're Americans.
Yeah, that's right.
They're normal
non-movie
Americans.
people. They're people not in a movie that are thrust into a movie situation and they're puzzled and confused.
I don't know. I think Brad Pitt's character in that is exceedingly dumb. I think that's part of his
and
character.
that one, if I remember right, like he's like a bodybuilder or something that thinks he's an agent, like he can like take on the Russians or something, right?
They were so this movie is full of kind of small moments that I wouldn't say stand out, but make the movie feel, I don't know what the word is. It's not subtle. Is the word subtle? It does a lot of things really well, but none of them are like extravagant things. Like
lean.
It just kind of.
I got the word lean. I'm telling you.
Lean. I don't know if that doesn't sound right.
I know
to me
it doesn't work either. I'm just trying to find a word. I'm sorry.
It seems like not a fancy you have a watch and it's not fancy, but it'll work really
Right.
well. And if you slide
It's
a cog
like-
into place, it like
Right,
clicks
it's like Spartan.
nicely
It
into a
is
place.
just it is efficient.
It's a
It is just
utility versus
it's
a,
doing the thing it needs
a
to
work
do and
of
doing
art
it well,
per se.
right? But without any flourish, you know?
Right. And even like a little flourish, like for the soundtrack, my two favorite parts were only in two locations, but they stood out and I thought they were great. In the beginning, when they were in the car and it was raining out and the windshield wipers were going back and forth, the song was going to the tempo of the windshield wipers.
Oh, nice! I didn't notice that.
It was pretty good. And then later on, when I forget who was driving, I think it was the main character, kind of Ray, was driving away from the when he buried the husbands.
Mm-hmm.
There was a car flashing its highlights or its headlights at him, and there's a little like ding, like in the soundtrack.
Oh yeah, I remember
every
that.
time the light
It was just really
flashed
weird,
on.
but I did like that too.
Yeah, and it's not like super flashy, and I'm not exactly sure what it does besides make the movie more movie-like, but
Yeah,
it was good.
it adds a definite creepiness to it.
Yeah. Because I didn't know what that guy was doing.
No, and it turned out to be like nothing. He's just driving by, flashing his headlights.
I think he was trying to tell him to turn his headlights on because it was still too dark out.
Right.
But
I
he
think
had
that's
been out
the
all
universal, right?
right.
That's-
But he had been out all night, so his eyes were adjusted. It was bright out to him at that point, but the other guy was, that's pretty good detail. They brought the eye dilation into the script, John. It's good stuff. What else we have? The big incinerator behind the bar. That was odd. Big plot point. Kind of strange thing. Yeah, I'm getting nods to the people that are listening to a podcast.
Sure. Uh-huh. Yep.
They
For
needed
everyone
to be there
listening,
for the
I'm just
plot.
nodding with my eyes kind
That's
of
right.
half open. Yeah.
He threw the jacket in there, but not the body. Should have thrown the body in there. Would have worked out better for everyone. Yeah. They had to hire, they called them short people for that scene because the incinerator was not as big as they wanted it to be. So they only ever had the people next to it as short people, so it looked bigger than it was. Movie magic, guys.
Movie magic.
In that intro scene, they when they were in the car and it was raining outside and there were cars coming at them and stuff, it was filmed in a garage. There was someone standing on top of the car with the hose spraying the windshield, and the cars coming at you were two lights on a rig, like a track, and they would turn them on and drag them next to the car, turn them off, drag it back, turn them on, drag it in front. It was just the same rig going back and forth on this track
It's cool.
because they had no money.
Right.
And you could kind of tell there was no money, but I think that's part of the fun of this one is it's so low budget.
It's
and
like
it's just
scrappy.
two people talking. It's super scrappy.
It's scrappy, but there's again the
There's
way
a scary
that they're
element to it. There's a dark element to it.
Yeah.
The violence is real. Like the violence was, it wasn't cheap. Like the violence in this was better than The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh yeah,
I'm
when she
I'm gonna
stabs him in the in the hand, that was
It was good.
That
When he
worked.
gets shot and the window blows up the same time his chest explodes, that was good.
Yep.
When the dude gets shot, it's all good. And then there's the scene where it kind of reminded me of Akira, where she's having the nightmare and the dude falls to his knees and immediately his guts spill out and there's a giant gush of blood on the ground.
Yeah.
That was gross and
It
good.
was great though.
It was great. And Akira was after this, and that definitely happens in Akira. So I wonder.
Right. You do.
And we already did that one, and they didn't bring it up, so it's probably just a coincidence. But you never know.
Might be a common anime thing anyway. Maybe they saw some other movies.
I think a part of the reason this movie feels so long too is I thought it was ending when he killed the people. It was less than halfway through the movie. I thought it was wrapping up just because I'm like, okay, they're dead. Those are the main characters. What are we doing now?
Now we're moving on. Right. He's got him dead. That looked pretty convincing to me. Like, okay, I was surprised. I was like, what? They're dead?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now where do we go? Guess it's over.
We go backwards. That's where we go. The lighter under the fish.
Yes.
Did that end up mattering at all?
It seemed like that's what he went back for. Like he left his lighter there, and so he was looking for it. So that led what's his name, Lauren, to go looking for it, right? So I think
he would have just left the scene entirely, and not started going back and trying to kill more people.
Right. I mean, I don't understand.
So it's fingerprints didn't get
Well, it said his name
Huh?
on it, didn't it?
Oh, it says
yeah,
name
yeah.
on it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was his name.
It was
He
like
just
Man
wanted
of
to
the
go back
Year,
to get that
Lauren.
in case he got caught through
Right.
the lighter. I see.
Which makes sense, but I don't think anybody on the anybody that was a good guy, quote unquote, in this movie
Right.
found it, and they wouldn't have. I guess the cops would have found it eventually.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a loose end, which
Yeah,
would,
no one-
which
no
would
one's looking under
motivate
the
him
fish.
to go try to find it, even if it's something that's gonna, pan out or not.
Nobody walked into that room, saw the table full of old fish, and was like, "I'm gonna look under the fish." Yeah. Nope, I'm gonna leave the fish where they are. I don't know how long they've been out. It fucking stinks in here. I bet old fish on a table pretty well covers the smell of a dead body that was there
Yeah.
for a little while.
Does it, or does it just like add to it?
I don't know. It could. I bet it smells pretty bad. The old fish.
At least there's something you can see that like would cause
Smells.
a stench. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
even if it smells like shit and blood, you might be like, "Well, it's just the fish."
That's the fish, right? Exactly. You
I
might
guess
get
I've never
confused.
smelled stinky fish before.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see.
John's currently reading the Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm thinking. I'm
This is
thinking
the- this is that
plot,
time of the
By the look
podcast.
on John's face, he's
I know.
currently
You know what I'm
knee-deep in
doing.
the
You guys know me
Wikipedia.
way too well. Well, I'm
You
just
can see
trying.
the
I was
reflection
trying
in
to
his
put.
glasses.
I was trying to put together that plot point again, where why does Lauren go back and end up shooting Ray? Why does he's got the money? Why doesn't he just scarp her off? What's he trying? Why is he still in the
Well,
scene here?
he
Because he
thinks-
left his lighter.
Well, he
But-
thinks that no one ever got into the safe, so he doesn't know where that picture is. So he thinks he's surprised that she doesn't know who he is at the end. He thinks that she knows who he is.
Oh, I
So
see.
that's why he's trying to take them out.
I see.
Because he thinks that she somehow got this is what
Oh,
I'm just
she-
making this up right now, but like
Right, okay.
the picture is still in the safe, but he can't get
Thinks-
in it, right? He tries to get in it, but he can't. I
Right.
think.
He thinks that they have the picture, I guess. That,
Yes,
or that,
the picture
yeah.
exists outside of his grasp, so he's paranoid, and
Ah.
he's surprised when she doesn't know who he is. She thinks it's the husband because she doesn't know the husband's dead.
I mean, he also might realize too that he left his lighter there, and the body's gone, so he might think they know he killed him. Right? I mean,
That's
I don't
true.
know,
Yeah, he
he's-
didn't see where the lighter was.
Right?
Yep,
But-
that too. Both of those work.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
But then wouldn't they be stupid to like live in their houses? I guess she just moved into that apartment.
right? She moved to a different place. Yeah, where she moved to a brand new place.
Yeah.
That wasn't her house at all. She like just found a room to let that he somehow was able to track her down. Because he's a detective, that's what he can do.
Yeah, I guess.
So I don't know what his goal was there to like just shoot them both with the
Shoot 'em
sniper
both.
rifle.
Yeah.
Um,
And then sure, there's like a murderer on the loose, but like everyone's dead, so no one's gonna put it together that this random dude did anything.
oh, maybe, yeah,
Yeah.
As long as he gets away the scene of the crime, they're not even gonna question that guy. They don't know who the fuck that guy is.
right. Nobody really knows who
Right.
that guy is, right?
No ring
Yeah.
cameras, no surveillance,
This guy's got a photo development thing in his freaking house.
I
and a
know, that
sniper
was kind
rifle.
of weird. Well, he's a private eye, I guess, so he takes a lot
Yeah.
of photos.
I
That's
thought that
probably
before
not-
they showed it to us. I was like, he's taking naked pictures of people in their beds. He's not going to CVS to develop
Yeah,
these
right,
things.
right. You
I'm a
ain't gonna
private
drop that
eye, I
off.
swear. I swear I'm a private eye. Yeah. I mean, yeah, right. There's no way to drop it off. and
Why'd
have
you
it
show
done.
me that?
Yeah.
I guess that was kind of funny. Why did you have to show me that? I don't know.
I don't know. It's there.
Some people like to see it. So he buried, don't you think? Here's a loose end. He wasn't thinking clearly. He buries a guy in the cornfield or whatever field that was
No.
with tire tracks.
Tire tracks everywhere. Yeah,
There's
I
tire
know. I
tracks
saw that.
everywhere.
Looked pretty
and then there's
obvious.
a mound of dirt, and a
Right.
body is
See-
buried a foot under the dirt.
Seems
if that.
pretty
It is at
obvious.
yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that whole sequence was pretty fucking scary, and especially scary when it shows like the pile of dirt like
Moving.
screaming and
Oh,
pushing
yeah,
up and
yeah.
down.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
was
frightening.
pretty unsettling. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. 13 minutes, no dialogue. That was done intentionally, just to see if they could do it. They thought it was an interesting idea in the middle of a movie just to have no dialogue for a long period of time.
Okay.
So they did it. That's how
Why not?
they work.
I mean, it's a long sequence that's done well, I think, and builds tension, even where it's like he's crawling out of the car. He's like trying to get him out of the road because the truck's approaching. He's like dragging the shovel over there to beat him with it. All of that sequence is pretty tense. Like, and there wasn't necessarily a lot going on either. They did it. It's a pretty good job of like holding a scene like that, and
you can
making it
see them
built
pick and
tension.
choose parts from their next movies but they do it differently in this one. That one where the truck is coming and he's dragging the body away, that's straight out of Fargo.
Oh yeah,
But in Fargo, whoever's in the truck would have seen what they were doing. And in Fargo, that happens. They get in the car, they chase the person down and kill them too. And also, what was another part of this movie? The black beetle following them when they stopped towards the beginning of the movie, and right behind them was the beetle that also stopped. That happens in The Big Lebowski.
yeah.
There's a scene where they're walking through a house and there's a shower. Like you think that Francis McDormand might be in this bathroom.
Oh, right.
And the shower curtains are closed. And he rips it open and there's no one there. In Fargo, there is somebody in there. It's the same thing, but
so
they kind of
keep
flip
using
it.
some of the same tricks.
Same tricks, but they like do the
And then
opposite.
it's just like, that's fine.
Yeah, it's like, what if we
Last
did
time
this
we
again?
didn't have
but
anyone in
they
there.
were.
Well, this time we should have someone in there. Yeah.
And that was one of the funnier parts of Fargo when that person runs out of there screaming and then falls down the stairs.
I mean, it's kind of cool watching directors like start with an idea and then like they complete the movie and like they don't think about it much. Then they move on to their next movie and they're like pulling from that old archive that they've got. And at each movie they do, they have a new archive to pull from. And then they kind of experiment with the same things and you get like finally all of a sudden one amazing movie. And it's because they actually had like 2 or 3 before that they were testing some other things out on. And during the time, they had no clue that that's what they were doing. But it's just kind of cool to see, and which is why this little project of ours will probably be pretty cool because we'll see that like evolution from the first movie that we watched with them to the No Country for Old Men to so on and so on. So yeah, this is a good little task for us here.
It is, and they certainly have
out.
they have a lot of tricks already.
Yeah,
It definitely seems less stylized. It seems less specific to them. It's still pretty stylized, but like it doesn't seem like their style, if that makes sense. It seems like it's drawing from a lot of other people's styles.
Now, did Lynch pull from this? It's around the same time.
I mean, Lynch was making movies before this, but I think this might have been a kind of the aesthetic.
Is
of
he
the time
the
too,
opposite
but-
too of just like it's the 80s, noir feel with the hot lights and
Or
harsh
maybe
shadows.
we're just broken weird.
Yeah.
So this is what you do when
both,
you're broken
both
weird.
groups are just broken weird. Yeah, that's true. What do you do when
this
you're
movie
broken
made-
weird? You make it look like a fluorescent light or something.
This is what you do.
This movie made sense, though, right?
Oh no,
That's true.
I know.
Like
That's the main takeaway there is that this one made sense.
I guess,
But
but
it's
it's
still-
certainly
I-
more than
Let me ask you a question. What does the last shot mean? I was confused.
I don't fucking know. That was part of my problem.
Yeah.
The last shot, I was like, so what just happened?
It made me feel good because by the end I was like, I think I understand all of it. And then the last shot from underneath the sink and the water droplet didn't make any sense. And I was like, well, I understood everything
Cool
else
shot.
more than this last shot. So that makes me feel a little bit better.
all I think is that it's just like the last thing that Lauren's seen before he dies. He's just
Right.
like laying there, just looking. All he's doing is looking at the sink, and it's just the next thing that happens, and then he's just dead. I don't know.
But then he's the main character of the movie because the movie ends when he dies
kinda.
from his perspective. That's weird.
I mean, it is a little weird, I guess. But yeah, I mean, but that is just sort of like, but it's with his death, everything everything is resolved with him.
Oh
dying.
yeah, she's gonna be fine. Her boyfriend and husband are totally alive and totally fine. It's great.
No, I mean, I don't. Who's got the money? And so I mean, I guess the money's Lauren has that stashed away.
He had it stashed somewhere,
so
probably,
she's probably
yeah.
not going to see the money. But everybody,
You know what's funny about the money?
Everybody she knows practically is dead, except for the black guy. What's his name? I was sure he was going to die at some point.
I mean, really, right? It was perfect.
That
for
scene was funny. He runs up to him, yells at the Ray character, and then leaves the movie. He's like, "Fuck you! I know you took it. I'm gonna leave now." And that was it for him. You're like, okay,
Yeah. Maurice, yes,
Maurice.
yeah. He was good.
He's like, "I'm not laughing, man. I'm serious." Then he drives away, and you're like, "All right, I guess we'll see you
well, that was the end of
never
that.
again."
That's why I
Yeah.
think some was. I did one bit. One bit I did think was funny. I did like the recurring bit that he lives on a dead end street and people drive off
people
in a
kept
huff and
driving-
have to come back.
I wasn't laughing,
And Maurice
though,
had to do that. Well,
but-
Maurice had to do that too, which I thought was funny when it did that time. Like, I've got it, and then he has to drive. He sort of like shamefully drive back the other way. I don't know. I like that. It was a
I think
nice
maybe
bit.
on second view that could have been funnier. I was mostly scratching my head, being like, "What's going on?
Fair.
I need to know what's happening right now." But to feed into the movie's plot, the what's his name? Emmett Walsh character, the fat cowboy guy. He was the most famous actor in this movie. And he got paid the most, and they paid him in cash weekly $4,000. That's how much he got paid. They filmed for 8 weeks, 7 or 8 weeks. He got paid about $28,000 to be in this movie, which
back then is a lot.
It's pretty good. This guy was famous, though. This guy was like a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
And they paid him in cash, and you can see in this movie that he would arrive on set in the clothes he was in because this was low budget. This was like no budget, basically. Right. 1.5 million sounds like a lot, but they had no money. So they take his money, they gave him to him in cash, and they put it in his pocket of his costume, and you can see it in almost every shot he's in. There's a bulge of money in his pocket.
There.
His weekly wages.
Yeah, it's
That's
in his
great.
pocket. You can see it. And it kind of feeds into like the money they give him, the $10,000. He always just has it on him. I don't know why he would, but like you can see it. There's a lot of cash in his pocket.
Yeah.
He's going to go home and
he wants
save
you to
it.
know that he's the one
It
making
fits
the
with his
bucks.
Yeah.
character. Yeah. That he's got
Yeah.
money on hand. It just fits.
Guy sounds kind of like an asshole too, to be
Oh,
honest.
I don't
Maybe
think
he's
there
not.
are any Hollywood actors that are not assholes.
Keanu Reeves, TC.
That's
we talked
true.
about
He's up there
this.
playing bass now all over the place. Like, fuck it. I
Yeah,
don't
he's
give a
having
shit.
he's having fun, dude. He's like, I got
That's
this
true.
John Wick
There's
money.
one.
I don't need to
Okay,
do
we
shit.
have one. We have one. We have one.
Um,
Man,
Francis
he
McDormand
did
seems
a
really nice
lot
too.
of work. Holy crap. He did a lot of work.
He did. But so he is the most famous guy, and there was the scene they were filming towards the end of the shoot where it was that the last horror scene, and he just pulled the knife out of his hand, was kind of recalibrating himself, and he picks his hat up and puts it on his head. And Joe Coen wanted him, I guess the Coen Brothers wanted him to do that. But he's like, I don't think my character would do that. He doesn't love his hat that much. He wears it because of a thing, like because that's his look, but he's not in love with his hat. So then they argued for a while, and Joel was like, it was Joel that was giving this direction. He's like, just humor me, do one take and just humor me, please. And he's like, this whole movie has been me humoring you, is what this guy said to the Coen brothers.
I've literally been humoring you this entire time.
But they got him to do it, and it's in the movie.
That's really funny.
Yeah. Because these guys they're nobodies. They don't know what they're doing, right? First movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, now he probably looks pretty stupid or feels stupid talking shit on him. It's fucking Coen brothers. Did we talk about this last week? I don't think so. The Coen brothers, they direct and write and produce everything equally. Mm-hmm. The only reason that Joel Coen is on most of the credits is because the DGA requirements, Directors Guild Association, only lets you put one director on the credits, and they decided before this movie at some point in time that Joel would be the sole director and Ethan would be the producer, and you were allowed to put 2 writers on it. So they did.
Oh,
But all three of those categories, they both were the people. They were equals.
Wow.
Which sucks for them. Kind of. I was looking this up. So for Fargo, I was like, well, that sucks when they get nominated for Best Director. Then Ethan doesn't get shit. But if the movie gets nominated for Best Picture, that's where Ethan gets his nomination. So Ethan got a nomination for Best Picture as a producer, and then Joel got a nomination for Best Director as the director.
They split the difference.
They split the difference. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just weird. And they switched the rule in 2004. I forget the name of the movie. That was the first one they were like actually, I don't know if it was like Joel and Ethan or the Coen brothers, but it was both of them as director from 2004 on. So that's just interesting. I think everyone always talks about them as a unit, but since Joel's name was always in the director, I figured he was like the lead.
like the driver. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not. So. But he is the one who's banging the actresses. You know what I'm saying? Married Francis McDormand.
Nicely done. Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, he's
Shit.
What else we got? The guy who plays Marty, Dan Hedaya, has got one hairy chest. I just wanted to say that.
That's fair.
There's that one picture with the shirt off with Francis McDormand. Dude is covered shoulder to navel. Hair. Nonstop.
Not a good look.
I liked it. I got to say, he was wearing a sweater on the beach. It's a good look. It's before all these people were ashamed of their body hair, TC, and everyone's just
It's
naked
so
as
gross.
shit on the beach.
So gross. Shame.
Back hair is gross if you don't have a lot of stuff in the front, but if your entire front is a
Oh,
werewolf,
my
then your
God.
back hair is not a problem.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just
There's
extension.
some dude on the plane I was on recently, and he had like a fucking wife beater on. And I'm
It's
talking
disgusting.
covered in hair. And it was white. So like he's
Whoa.
like whole body was covered. And I'm just like, why would you wear that on this plane? You know,
Trying to show off.
like yeah, but even still, like someone's got to
With
sit
white
next to you,
hairs,
bro.
Yeah,
And he
with
was
white
not a
hairs,
small dude.
Oh, of course. I mean, the image in my mind was not a well-fit person
Yeah,
in that
I know.
shirt with the hair.
No, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know that like his arm is fully bare, and he's probably got hair in his arm too, right?
Oh, he had hair, his chest, his back,
And he's
his
a-
arms.
he's a
It's
big
like
fat
full
guy.
One shot,
He's
one shot. Yeah,
touching.
big fat guy.
He's touching
And you know
the
he's
person next to
touching.
him.
That's my point.
And his hair is gray, which means his hair is falling out, which means that you inhaled one piece of his hair at
I know,
least.
it's so disgusting. Like, dude, put a fucking jacket on. Do something.
They should have not let him on the plane. That is upsetting to me.
It
TZ.
is upsetting, and it was gross. And I was lucky I didn't sit next to him. I
Ma
wasn't
freedoms.
the guy. Yeah.
Ma freedoms. John's paying attention. He's not reading.
He's
Wikipedia.
Right.
knee deep in Wiki. He's trying to
Right.
find trivia that you're wrong about.
Yeah, no, go on. Come on.
Good luck, John. Good luck. All right. What other trivia do we got? So yeah, they filmed in Midland and Odessa, both in Texas. Pretty hot down there. What else do we got? That shot where Dan Hedaya, who plays Julian, was yelling at the Ray character in the back of the bar, and right when he like gets the most pissed, and the bug zapper he's sitting next to goes off.
Yeah.
That was because he scared the fly. The fly was
nice.
sitting on the that was a real shot.
The fly's,
that
oh
was,
shit, zap.
Yeah. He like yelled at the end and the
That
fly
was
freaked out.
That was
and
a
flew into the bug
really
zapper.
That's
cool
pretty
like
funny.
punctuation of that scene.
It was. And there was also the shot where the birds, they're like driving down the street and the birds take off from the right, and then you see the shadows of the birds right in
Yeah.
front of the car.
That was
Also
really
just
cool.
luck.
Just coincidence. Nice.
Yep. Barry Sonnenfeld says, again with the they pointed like there's the light and the source light's coming from the opposite direction. They would like point at it in every single shot, but it doesn't matter. No one's
I didn't
like no one
notice
watching a
or
movie
care.
is gonna
Yeah,
right.
no.
If it's stylized enough, and there's lights all over the place in this movie. There's like neon lights all over the place.
That's fine.
There's no way you're gonna tell, but he was focused on it. But he justified this one part because if you want to make someone look attractive in a movie, you light the short side of their face, which means that if you're tilted like 3/4 of the angle, you light the side that you can see less of.
Oh.
And every time, like you can see that in every single shot, they're lighting the short side of their face. And it looks pretty good. They never showed the other way, so I don't know how it compares.
That's true.
Francis
It's not
McDormand's
like
got a
you've
pretty
got
good face.
A backup. Yeah.
Right. But yeah. Let's see. So Barry Sonnenfeld has a really weak gag reflex, or strong. He's a sympathetic
one of
vomiter.
the two. They mean
He's a-
different things.
He's a sympathetic vomiter, is what he called himself. What does it mean if you hear vomiting sound and you vomit?
That's
Is that a
weak.
strong?
That's a weak.
I think that's called
Is it-
autism.
I see your point is.
Yeah.
Okay, so he gags easily, we'll say.
gags
He's just
easily.
Prone to nausea and
Yes.
vomiting, we'll say.
Maybe I attacked the topic from the wrong angle.
I think-
Whenever he hears somebody vomiting, he vomits himself.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
Okay.
The scene where they were filming, so the Julian character, he vomits twice in this movie. Once for getting kicked in the nuts, and the other when he sees the
Right.
pictures of the dead body. And when they were filming those scenes, the fake vomiting that Dan Hedaya was doing was making Barry Sonnenfeld vomit for real. He vomited 18 times during the
Oh.
filming of this movie, and they mic'd him. They got him really vomiting, and they used that audio over
I like
the
the
fake vomiting.
practicality
in
of
the
that.
movie.
Nothing.
That's
We're
good.
going
We're
to use
using-
everything. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah. Let's use that, Barry.
Yeah.
That's
so
some
what you
good
hear
vomiting.
is the
What you hear
cinematographer.
is real.
Yeah, it's the cinematographer vomiting just off camera in reaction to what you're seeing on the screen, and they resync it so it makes sense.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they did 7 weeks of 6-day shoots, 42 days. Pretty long for an independent movie. They did some overall cuts in the budget to make sure they had that long to do it. They wanted days over basically anything else in the budget. They constantly talked about what they would do differently in this movie, and at one point, they're like, well, they were talking about what would they do if they had more money, and they went off on a list and like a bunch of stuff they'd do differently. And Barry Sonnenfeld, the cinematographer, was like, oh, and you guys would have hired Roger instead. Referencing Roger Deakins,
Right.
one of the best
Right.
cinematographers ever, that they later worked with.
That might have been the first choice.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, I think they worked with Deakins like for more than half their movies. But these first 3 are all Barry because they were still getting
Broke.
going. Yeah, still broke. They digitally erased some stuff from the newer cuts. Criterion did this cut that I watched. They had like tracking shot tracks in the shot. Sometimes there were people in the background. Sometimes that were just like the guy who was taking the light levels, sort of thing. Like you could see him in a shot. They digitally removed all the stuff from the newer cut.
Wow, TC is frozen.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's just what his face looks like.
No, it just took me a while to see how he's got like this expression though. Okay, for a while you were just there like you were on the movie poster.
Yeah,
you're just like you just had this anyway.
It's a movie about a podcast.
I'm pretty sure that's probably what I saw. That's probably the same. The Criterion Collection one is I think what I saw too. That was like the director's cut where it just means they actually did clean it up a little.
They cut 3 minutes out of the director's cut.
Right.
I think it's more efficient. It's faster.
I think it was a joke at that point that they came out with a director's cut of their movie and it was shorter.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Just to be different, those fuckers.
Yeah. And they used to talk really highly on this movie. They were really excited about it when they were doing the initial tour, the circuits, festival circuits.
What are you to do?
Now,
you're young and up and coming. Yeah.
They wrote a book about this movie and basically says it's their worst movie they made.
I mean, how could you not think that though when you've graduated as far as they have? You know?
Mean, yeah, you're just getting started.
It's like your first songs, you know. You're
right.
like, oh, at the time, you're like, this is fucking awesome, and you listen back before, like, oh, it was always mediocre. It was at best, you know. So
yeah, there's still a lot to like in this movie. Like it's really kind of uneven. I don't even know if it's slow. It's slow and it's punctuated at the end with like a couple of really good scenes. Yeah,
it's kind of uneven.
Yeah, it's slow.
It's slow.
Yeah.
It's real slow.
Yeah. It is real slow. It is tough because I don't think I'd recommend this to a lot of people.
But it felt like the same kind of pacing, Old Country for No Men, or whatever. No Country for Old Men.
Old Country, no men,
yeah,
no men in the Old
for
Country.
No Man, I'll tell you.
There's no men in the Old Country.
That same pacing. It's just that other story was better, and the
cinematography was better.
Cinematography was better. The acting was more like
everything was better.
Yeah. The acting was
every
more
single thing
consistent. I guess is the term I'm looking for.
Right.
Yeah.
But building
the
on
plot was more suspenseful. Instead of being confused,
but
you were nervous.
The pacing was still there, though. Like their pacing is just just kind of how they like to unfold
methodical.
the story.
Yeah.
Is that
It's still very methodical.
Slow, yeah, that's a good word for it. Slow and methodical.
But unlike this movie, the same kind of shot where Francis McDormand walks into the room and looks at the fish and stuff, there's that scene where Llewyn Davis, Llewyn, the fucking main character.
Right, where the folk singer comes in with the coin.
Different Coen Brothers movie.
He's fucking everything up.
When he's scoping out the deer and he ends up finding with his binoculars the shootout scene, like it's the same kind of thing where you're seeing his face, he's reacting, you're seeing what he's seeing, and without dialogue, you're getting something out of it. And in that movie, you get something out of it. In this movie, you don't get anything out of it. It's just kind of like,
to be fair, too,
why
like
are they doing this
with No Country for Old Men? I mean, the book reads a lot like the movie ends up.
It's exactly the same, and they won a freaking Oscar for that. I read the book and I was like, they just put this in a screenplay and they made it. I don't
even
get it.
like the sparseness of it in the book, like that's the way Cormac McCarthy writes. Like this very direct and it's very methodical, sort of too. And things.
The only change they did is there was like the newspaper portion of the book, and they just got Tommy Lee Jones to read the newspaper portion of the book, which is a great decision on how to get that part out. But that's the only thing they changed. That's it.
Still a fantastic movie.
Great movie. Didn't deserve the best adapted screenplay Oscar. People didn't read the book.
Right. That's fair. I mean, it's like, I guess so. It
was a good script. Yeah, but it was the same as the book, guys. Come on, read.
They didn't really do anything. They didn't really adapt it, really. Yeah. But I mean, anyway.
They should have given Cormac McCarthy the fucking Oscar.
That's right. That would make more sense.
So they did a lot of shots, like a lot of the this like weird commentary track thing was them talking about how in a certain scene, all the edits were in different locations because they went back and they realized that they needed more to film, like insert shots or whatever. Or just like to smooth out the editing, and they would replicate the scene and stuff, and they would shoot it like in their backyards and in garages. So sometimes what you're seeing if someone's like stepping on something, you're seeing feet on a pedal, or if you're seeing like a shovel hit a mound of dirt, all those things are filmed in like a totally different location than the rest of the scene. And they didn't have the actors during these things. So at the end, when the pile of dirt is like pulsing in the grounds when he's like being buried, that's Ethan Coen in the dirt doing that.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. And Joel Coen has the shovel and he's the guy patting down the pile of dirt. And then Joel was like, They were doing this in their backyard too. So totally different location. And they got to a point where like, all right, now I need a shot of the dirt pile not moving. And then Ethan in the mound was like, so they dug him up to get a question. And like he's in the dirt with his eyes like through a hole.
Oh my
and
God.
they're like, what is it, Ethan? And he's like, if it's not moving, do I need to be in here?
Yeah, can we just fill the dirt and that's it?
But then they said no, because it would take them too long to dig him out.
Right,
and
like
then
just
put
give
it
us
back
5
and
more
make it look the
minutes.
same. But it's the hardest
I gotta
I've ever
say,
seen.
man, this is just making me a little nervous.
It's seemingly a little nerve-wracking,
burying me
guys.
alive thing. you
Yeah.
I
know?
don't know if I
It was-
trust him,
Yeah. The hardest I've ever seen the Coen Brothers laugh was retelling that story.
It's funny.
Like they burst out laughing. And Francis McDormand, who, is married to Joel Coen, her trick of figuring out whether or not you're doing something good is when both of them, so they both laugh like really like in their throat, don't smile. I can't even make the noise, but it's like they suck in air a little bit and it's like kind of wheezing and light. And that's how they laugh typically. And if you
That's
get
their
them both
real laugh?
laughing that's their real laugh. If you get them both laughing like that, then you know that it's good and you're going to move on.
That's funny.
Nice.
Yeah. So they just don't laugh that hard, but they laugh pretty hard at that story of Ethan being in the hole and then being like, "Stay in the dirt, Ethan. We don't have time or money to get you out."
I mean, it's kind of funny.
It is. So about 40 to 50 shots of this movie were done as those type of like done without the crew. Nobody else on the set, no actors in the shots. They would put themselves in there and fill out the movie with what they thought the scene needed. I didn't notice one, which is pretty cool. Right?
No.
I couldn't think of one.
Nope. Oh.
The road shots. So we have talked in previous podcasts about those road shots where you're driving down the street, you have a low camera, you're getting the stripes of the road flying by, right? This movie is 1984. This movie said that The Road Warrior influenced it with those shots, which was a 70s movie, right?
Okay.
Was it? Was that
Not
early
sure.
80s?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
But I mean, we talk a lot about that. Lost Highway has it, other movies, and maybe The Road Warrior is like the first time they put a camera low down on a car and like drove down the street. Who knows? I mean, somebody knows. You could probably figure that out. You could definitely figure that out. We're not going to do that though. But they used to watch The Road Warrior in slow-mo to get all the tricks. It was one of their favorite movies.
Oh, cool.
And they'd watch it over and over again in slow-mo because it's a kind of a fast movie, but they would get like what they're doing with all the shots and how the sequencing worked. So that was a big influence on how they make movies.
Huh.
Couldn't have guessed that one.
We ever got to go and do our whole Road Warrior retrospective. I don't know, man.
I'm not a huge fan of those first Mad Max ones.
I haven't. It's been a long time since I've
I feel
seen
like they're
any of them.
just too old.
Yeah.
Too old. Road Warrior just completely removed them from, being important at all. Sorry, Fury Road.
You mean
that
Fury
one.
Road? Yeah.
Yeah. What else? That scene where he had his hand out the window and he got stabbed, that was just a set. The wall was a garage door. They did it on a set. So, I mean, there's no way to tell. What else? Francis McDormand. This is the first movie. She read the script, and there was a lot of her in bed having sex with this guy. Like the main plot of the movie is like her having an affair,
Right.
and she didn't want to do that. There was a lot of violence, a lot of like sex, and the sex was worried her. So she called the Coen Brothers and was like, "Hey, are you thinking like there's going to be a lot of nudity in this movie?" And they're like, "No, we're not thinking any nudity at all." And she's like, "Well, there's all this like sex stuff." And he's like, "No, the sex isn't going to be what sells this movie. The violence is going to be what sells this movie."
Right.
And for some reason, to her, that was a great answer.
All right, that's good.
She's like, all right, I'm in. That
We can
works.
do that.
Yeah. And part of the reason she got hired, per the Coen Brothers, is that she went in for an audition, did a really good job. They asked her for a callback, and they're like, "Are you available at 2 p.m. today?" And she's like, "No, I'm not available. Can we do it later?" And they're like, "What's going on at 2?" And her boyfriend at the time had like a TV show he was going to be on, and she promised him that she was going to go home and like watch it air with him.
Oh, wow.
And she's like, so she said no to the callback, and they're like, "What about 4?" And she said, "Yeah." And later on, they were like, the fact that she didn't say yes to that, the fact that she didn't need this, was part of the reason that we hired her.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So her advice to like talking to the camera was like, if you're an actor, don't come off as needy.
Yeah.
People don't want that. You have
I feel
to
like
kind
that's
of,
that's women.
It's
That's
everything.
That's everything. Yeah.
yeah. people want someone that's already successful. Even if you don't have anything going, like you got to pretend it.
What is it? What is Kramer? The great Kramer once said, "The snub is love."
Fake it till you make it. I mean, there's different ways to say it, but you got to like confidence is like one of the most important traits you could have is someone trying to convince someone else to give you something like a job. But also Joel said like, as the director, the actor should go into these auditions not thinking, I need this. Like, this is for me. You should be thinking, I'm giving them what they need. Because the directors are trying to find, like, they're not happy going through thousands of people. They want you to be the person that's right for the movie.
Right.
So if you give them something good, you're helping them out. So that perspective helps her with auditions and things like that. Because it's not like,
Some old
I
school
need this.
shit right there, man.
Yeah. It's not like I need this. It's like
Now
they,
it's like,
I'm
do they have a
helping them
YouTube
out.
channel? How many people are on it? Okay, let's get that guy a camera. That's all
true.
it is now.
It's
So
Until it doesn't work.
You know, it is what it is.
mm-hmm. What else? The last piece of trivia I have is the storyboarder. Barry Sonnenfeld, the cinematographer, purposely didn't show any of the storyboards to Francis McDormand because for almost all the scenes she was in, the character, the storyboarder decided to draw her naked. No one asked the guy to do it. The guy just did it. And they showed some of the storyboards, and I was like, she's just tits out all the time. What's going on
Tits
here?
out, huh?
Yeah.
Man.
That's what you get when you don't pay the guy enough. He's
I
just
guess
drawing
not.
softcore
He's just
Like
porn
the
on
local
you.
creep, yeah.
All right, you don't have to pay me, but I'm going to have some fun, okay?
You're going to make this movie, right? You're making it? She can have her shirt off? No,
Be a lot
fuck.
of, lot
I
of
think,
sex
I
and
think that
lies.
storyboard was meant for the Valley and not for Hollywood.
Yeah, the guy probably, he's like, dude, he's coming off softcore porn story. The only guy ever
He's over in Van
storyboarding softcore
Nuys,
porn.
you know, renting homes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's this movie. Would you guys put it in the top 250?
No.
Probably not. I don't think so. I mean, I still think it's definitely, I'm glad I watched it. I think it's worth watching.
It's
but-
very fun if you're very familiar with the Coen Brothers.
Yeah, yeah.
It is
I
in
think
no way
so.
a bad movie. It's got a lot of good moments, and it's cool to see where they start.
Yeah.
For sure. But if you're not a huge Coen Brothers fan, it would be pretty hard to recommend this to people, I would think.
I think, yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
Everyone I know these days doesn't have the time to sit through a movie if they don't like it, and they shut it off. So like an hour
That's
into this
right.
movie, I could imagine
Might
most people
shut
just
it
being
off.
like, I'm going to
Yeah.
shut this off.
That's right. Good point.
Everyone's on their phones, John. Everyone's got kids. They don't have a fucking time.
It would be
I
hard
know.
for
3-minute
anybody I
media.
know to sit through this and
Yeah.
not get distracted.
Yeah. That's
All
it.
right. So, I know.
So what's
just-
next?
Off the top
What's
of your head,
next?
John, what's the second Coen Brothers movie?
Oh, it's Raising Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's what we're
Nicolas
watching
Cage
next.
himself.
But I do
Best
wonder.
actor on the planet.
Yeah. Well, there.
Don't
there
let
is
John
a
talk. Cut him off every time. What are we doing next?
The Rock again.
We're doing The Rock. All right. Yeah.
Rock Part 2, The Rock again.
The Rock
Oh, go
Part
ahead,
2,
John.
even
What-
rockier.
What were you going to say?
I was just saying there's a bit of a phenomenon going on with the Spider-Man movie, and I
Oh,
wonder if we
yes.
should go see it.
No.
I don't
Why not?
know.
It's
I think
got
we can
good
wait till
reviews.
streaming for that.
I don't
think we
wanna.
need to go.
It's got a lot of Mark Buffalo in it. I've heard it's pretty
okay.
good.
I don't like a Marvel Buffalo. He makes me sad.
Oh,
Because it's not the real Buffalo.
I mean,
It's
this
Marvel.
is
Everything is just
potentially
It's not for me.
It's like I think is it the highest grossing weekend of a movie ever?
It made $1 billion in 5 days.
We
The
went and
answer
saw
is yes.
fucking Oppenheimer and Barbie when this was blowing up. I don't know. This is a movie that's blowing up. I'd kind of like to go see it. So I'm throwing it out there. I don't know. TC, you want to? If you and I band together, can we override the Denny here?
Yes, you can. I think that's how that
I
works.
mean, it wouldn't be a bad date night, I guess, to
Yeah.
go see Spider-Man.
We're already breaking up the Coen Brother thing. We're already doing it.
But yeah, I think we should stick
Just
to
a
the
little
plan.
a little detour from the detour.
However,
is
we
all
could,
I'm
yeah, I
saying.
mean, I guess we could, yeah, but that, whatever, it doesn't matter.
No, I mean we're gonna have to anyway because like there's too many movies and we're gonna hit October soon with the Halloween stuff, etc. Also, I wanted to say we were planning on setting up the last 3 episodes to be done by the 10-year anniversary of us starting the podcast, but
That's
at this
done.
point we're too late. It's already
Too late for
August.
that.
Yeah, we'll
So-
just shoot to 11. I think we'll
Yeah.
get to a
We'll
big
do 11.
11. Do the 1-1.
Yeah,
because that makes sense.
right.
Well, this
Just
is like
justify the mistake.
It's got a 90% Rotten Tomatoes here. We got an 8.2 on IMDb. 98% popcornometer Take that for what you will. Come on, Denny.
TC said yes. I can't say no.
I'll go. Yeah, I'll go.
Let's
I'll go.
All right, we're doing it.
All right, we're doing Spider-Man next.
Hey, we get to do something. Hey, TC, this makes me. I don't know. I feel really powerful.
You guys
right
found
now.
out that it's a democracy.
We found out if we
Shit.
band together against Denny, it's a win.
Dude, there's more of us than there is of him.
And I'm no longer editing the podcast, so all my power is gone.
That's right. All right,
they found
Spider-Man
out.
it is then. We're going to
Let's
see
get it.
Spider-Man.
And then Raising Arizona.
Yeah, then we'll do the next one, the Coen Brothers again. Get back on that train.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, I'll look
All
forward
right.
to it.
See you later, boys.
Okay.
Talk to you guys next week.
week.